Most people can imagine a life without vision. You can imagine a life without sound. You can even imagine a life without smell or taste. But very few people can imagine a life without touch. My name's Keith Kirkland, and I design products and experiences that communicate information through touch. What we did is we built the 360-degree experience that can tell how far off center you were from the direction that you needed to face and give you a slight vibration. Yeah, so this is I call it the museum. This box of magical madness is a collection of the earlier prototypes that we built. We often would just hack whatever we could find. So lots of times, like our personal watches suffered when we were trying to figure out like how to make things wearable. When you look at assistive technology, most of it is ridiculously expensive, and often it's not so well designed. Our first product, Wayband, gives you continuous feedback the same way vision does. Like your vision is constantly updated. We didn't even know that this way of navigating people would actually work. In 2017, we got an email from a guy named Simon Wheatcroft, and he had been kind of on the forefront of like pushing assistive technology. He reached out to us and he was like, hey, if you could have a device ready by November, which at that point was 6 months, I'll run a New York City Marathon with it this year. What we end up saying is like, yeah, sure, Simon, we can do that, and then became this literal sprint to build a device that would work, that could get Simon through the entire race.
50,000 people from around the world are racing today.
So many people out here right now.
More than 50,000 runners making their way through the 5 boroughs, with over 1 million people cheering along the course.
Simon didn't run with his cane, and his dog couldn't run the 26 miles. And so ultimately, we ended up using all the technology and we built it into like a chest strap piece that Simon was able to wear. And that allowed him to detect other runners in his path. And then meanwhile, the Wayband helped to keep him en route and on navigation. So I got into haptics through a very interesting door. I left the fashion industry and I was trying to figure out if it was possible to build a suit that would allow a person to download an advanced movement like Kung Fu. The root of this was basically I saw The Matrix way too many times and was like, wow, download Kung Fu, I wish you could do that. And was like, wait, actually, you can kind of do that. And so this was a punching sleeve. And so the idea was that you would throw a punch and you would get a vibration-based kind of like haptic carnival hammer thing that says how fast and how hard your punch was. And so that was like the works-like version, and this is how I imagined that it would like look when you like finally wore it. For me, it was really important to kind of do something meaningful with my life, mainly because I want to show people that whatever it is that you envision the world to be is a possibility. In the future, I imagine that instead of using vibrating motors, you would have a layer of skin that could individually excite each different type of touch receptor. We could potentially build design that is intuitively generated for different touch experiences. Build a device that everyone can use, but that's optimized for the blind experience. Touch is kind of like a vital part of human health. As social creatures, it's the way that we communicate with one another. We didn't set out to build a blind device. We're not doing assistive technology. We're doing inclusive technology.